This under control?
I do. All right, let's go ahead and give our interview a call.
Oh, we need to hang up on Bobo, do we?
No, he knows how to shut up.
Okay.
He's done this before.
Well, I just want to make sure everybody can hear
Yeah,
him.
I'm just getting high. Leave me alone.
No, my man, you
Hello?
never answered earlier.
Hello.
Michael, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
We are fantastic. Thank you for joining us on Hellcast Radio tonight. Everybody, this is Michael King. He is from, where are you exactly?
I'm from Kent in England.
That is not what you told me.
No, I thought it was, I apologize. I thought I saw Nottingham.
No.
You
I mean,
had me
Nottingham's
all
kind of-
excited about Robin Hood, and now I'm not excited about Robin Hood.
I'm sorry.
So, are just curious, are you tight with Robin Hood? You know Sherwood Forest?
Oh, I mean, like, me and Robin Hood are basically best friends.
Excellent.
There you go, baby.
There you go.
All right, so first of all, let me ask: did you get a nap today?
No, just kind of powering through, to be honest.
I didn't get a nap today either.
Yeah, but he's 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, but did he work on algebra for 2 hours and want to throw the damn laptop?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
He's young.
I mean,
He looks like he's still in junior high. So, all right, Michael, let me ask you: how old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So he is still in high school.
He's legal.
Yes, he is legal.
Because over here I'm at, like, university, which is college in America. So what's the
Yeah.
age system?
Yeah. I'm in college too. And
It's-
I'm
Okay.
41 years old.
Except we're more than double your age. But we still party like rock stars.
Because in
Well,
our
you know.
minds, we are rock stars.
Do the youngers would feel like.
Exactly. All right, so I noticed I noticed you're very active on social media, which is awesome. I love seeing that.
Yeah. It's
Now,
the easiest to promote nowadays, really.
oh, it definitely is. It definitely is. Now, the song that we're going to play for our King of the Hill tonight, is this the only one you've actually recorded, or do you have more? You're just waiting for specific days to release them and throw them at us, or how's that
so-
going?
I've written some. It's just kind of trying to juggle everything, trying to get into recording studio. I've got some sessions booked this month and next month, so hopefully some more should be following this up very soon.
Excellent. Now, is there any plans for a video?
There actually is. One of my friends is a film student, and she's going to film me a video for it very soon. We've got the concept drawn up and everything, so it's just getting it recorded now.
That's perfect.
Cheap labor.
It's the nice thing
Exactly.
about friends who do creative stuff.
Gotta love
Exactly.
child labor laws.
Well, I don't think he's considered a child anymore, huh?
But compare for us, they'd be our children.
Well, yeah, you have children older than he is.
Well, there's that.
Okay. Sorry, we like to derail a lot.
Yeah, it's cool. Everyone does in life, don't they?
All right, so even though we're not going to go into any details about this, did you enjoy the movie Beauty and the Beast tonight?
It is absolutely amazing.
All right, because my wife and stepdaughter are going to see it tomorrow, so no spoilers or nothing. But I saw you post on Facebook, and I just started laughing. I was like, our interview's watching the movie.
It is very, very good. All I can say is that Emma Watson is cast perfectly as Belle. Like, they could not get it any better.
I know, she's hot.
Like, she is stunning and just kind of brings a new kind of edge to Belle. I don't know, just makes it more in depth, I guess.
Cool.
Excellent. No,
No,
that's
she
that's
looked
good.
like she did a really good job. Just from the previews, that she did a really good job on Belle, and I thought she seemed to suit the character very well. So I was very excited when she was cast as Belle.
Disney never do anything wrong, though, do they? They know what they're doing.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, I could argue that point on a couple of things, but 99.9% of the time, yes.
Yeah.
All right, now, do you prefer going by Michael, or is it Mike, or just, hey, dude?
Usually go by Michael, but I'm not opposed to nicknames. I just usually go to full Michael.
They're formal over there.
Yeah, that's true. Now, how long does it take you to do your hair? Because I see that you got like an updo going.
See, this is actually the question that most people ask me whenever I like meet them or anything. Is not that long. It's not actually that, like maybe 20 minutes, if that.
Oh, okay.
So do you use mousse, gel, blow
Just
dryer?
hair, just like wash it and then like hair dry it up so it kind of stays, and then brush it into
Right.
place and hairspray it.
Wow.
There is that.
So that's what young hair does.
That is exactly what
Did
it
you
does.
not remember junior high when people did that shit all the time?
I didn't have hair back then. I always kept it buzzed.
I've seen pictures of you with
I had a ducktail. That was it.
Well, make up your mind. Did you have it buzzed or did you have a ducktail?
No. I had it buzzed on top and a little ducktail in the back.
That's
It wa-
called
it
a
was-
rat tail.
It was almost like a reverse mullet.
It's a rat tail, not a ducktail. A
All right.
ducktail is when the back of your hair kind of feathers together.
Oh, okay. All right, so Michael, do you what instruments do you play?
So I'm not. What's the word? Well, you can do it all, but like I'm learning guitar and piano slowly but surely, trying to pick it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. And one of our listeners, CJ, she says, I like Michael better than Mike.
Excuse me.
And the queen, who is, the female here, I'm Redler, and this is the queen. She actually prefers Mikey
But I'm not going to do that to you.
because Mikey likes everything.
Mikey does like everything.
I know that
It's
commercial's
more of a
probably...
it's more of a NASCAR reference
Oh, yeah, there's that.
than anything else.
So what do you like to do in your spare time, Michael?
I mean, whenever I actually get spare time around studying and working, I mean, a lot of songwriting. I mean, I like going to concerts, and I mean, I'm quite boring. I don't really do much.
All right, who are some of your musical inspirations then?
Inspirations, maybe a band called The Saturdays. I know Molly King from The Saturdays was one of your King of the Hill winners a few weeks ago.
See, someone who fucking pays attention to the show. I love that shit. Thank you, Michael.
You're very welcome. The Vamps, Little Mix, quite like upbeat kind of fun pop artists, but equally I'm quite into like British music, so even down to like the Beatles, the Spice Girls, just iconic British pop artists.
He likes the Spice Girls.
That's interesting. You know what I thought the stupidest Spice Girl was?
Sorry.
The stupidest Spice Girl name ever was Posh.
Yeah, she became the richest one out of all of them. She married Beckham.
She's worth more than all of them combined now. So.
Wait a minute, that's who that is?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Do you not pay attention?
I stopped
They
paying
live in
attention.
California. She's freaking loaded.
No. After like their first song, I stopped paying attention.
Oh, for crying out loud.
So,
Yeah, that's posh.
That's interesting. All right, now do you have any American influences?
American. I quite like Ariana Grande.
She's
Oh,
good. My daughter loves her.
Nashi. I really like her at the moment. She's quite cool and like urban and everything. And Beyonce, everyone kind of likes Beyonce, don't they?
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
I'm trying to think. American. What's I like that's American? Is Shawn Mendes Canadian?
Yes, we can go with that answer if you want
No,
to.
I think he is. I think he is. I think
I
that's.
think he is.
I think
too.
Munkus and I had a conversation about that.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know where he's from.
He actually
Well,
has a
he-
couple of really good songs.
But he is pretty good. I quite like his like singer-songwriter kind of vibe.
And honestly, and I don't know how fair a comparison this is, but I actually see some similarities between you and him when you were singing.
I quite like that.
And so that was honestly one of the first people I thought of. I was like, oh hey, this guy sounds like this, and so I'm not sure how fair of a reference that is, but if you like it, by all means, roll it.
Absolutely take that 100%.
Excellent. So I'm very impressed that you're able to be up at 2:00 in the morning. Not many. Most of my European interviews ask for like a pre-recorded interview. They want to do it like in the middle of the day during the week, and that usually is impossible for me for the most part.
I know
He's 18. He can stay up till 2.
Yeah, stay up to 2. Well, I mean, I'm like a mild insomniac. I can't usually sleep until like 4, so it's not really a struggle at all.
So he understands my problems.
I was just gonna say, my wife.
I have insomnia as well.
Yeah, my wife here has some insomnia, so you're speaking her language right now.
It's possible to switch off after a certain point. I think my sleeping pattern is just a mess. Like, I'm up at 10 o'clock in the morning and I can't get to sleep because I'm not tired, and it's just a deadly circle.
Yeah. Well, see, I have to be at work at 8 a.m., so
Yeah.
I have to kind of figure out how to sleep at night. But I wake up 5 or 6 times a night easily.
Indeed. Now, I know the drinking age in England is lower than here in the U.S. Now, what would you say is your favorite alcoholic drink?
I don't know if you have any, but do you have like Kopparberg?
Have what?
What?
It's like a fruity cider.
A
Fruity
cider?
cider. No, I
We
don't
have-
know about fruity ciders.
we
We
have-
have apple cider.
Yeah, apple ales, but that's about as close as I
like
can
a-
think of.
Strawberry and lime cider.
Oh, okay.
Haven't heard of that one.
Interesting.
It's
So
really
he's
good.
a cider diet kind of guy.
Yeah,
So, all right.
cider, I think.
Now, so you said you don't really go out and do a whole lot. Do you like play video games or watch a lot of movies or anything?
I quite like watching movies. I mean, I like you said, the drinking age here is 18, so I do like going out, like clubbing and things.
So you go to the pubs.
Yeah, I go to pubs and clubs and bars.
Wait,
Which
they
are-
actually call them bars over there? I thought they were all pubs.
So we have pubs are kind of, I'd say, like more old-fashioned, kind of what you'd see on like,
Well, that's kind of
Okay.
what we think of pubs around here.
that's a pub, and then a bar is like kind of like a club, but it's not.
Okay.
And then, which is an awful definition, but then a club is like a club's a club. Wow, sorry, this is
Right.
awful skills. I don't know how I got A in English.
No, that happens. I mean,
that's
it's
okay.
Yeah.
My daughter is in like AP English, which is like Advanced Placement English, Honors
Oh.
English, and she sucks at it, so it's all good.
But one of our listeners, CJ, she says you are another great reason to go to England.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Well, she's
I'm
old
over-
enough to she's old enough to be your mother, so she'll cuddle you and hug you and squeeze you and love you like George.
Yeah, exactly. He probably has no clue what that reference
Yeah, I
is.
know. It's
He
a
probably has no idea that Warner Brothers had cartoons.
it's a Looney Tunes expression, but
Oh, George the Pig.
What?
George the Pig in Looney Tunes, or is that a different one?
No, George was George was in Looney Tunes, you have Porky Pig who does that. That's all, folks. And then you have like
Oh, yeah.
Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner and the Coyote. And then they do these other little things, cartoon skit things. And there's like this abominable snowman who finds something. I can't remember what George is. But he picks him up and he squeezes him tight and he pets him really hard and he says, "I will call you George and you will be forever mine," or something like that. I can't remember. I haven't seen it since I was 12. So,
it's
But
basically
it's-
us
it's
just throwing
just
stupid
this-
out
yeah.
references.
yeah. Stupid references from our youth.
All right, so how long have you been in the music business?
So I've been singing since I was like 5, 6, quite young. But I've been pushing it since I was about 16. I was in a pop group called Fourth Divide, and we just kind of like the teen gig circuits around here. And we done gigs with people. We have shows like Britain's Got Talent and The X Factor, and people who come, I don't know, like 10th or 9th. Those shows kind of do the same gigs that we did, and then we broke up, and I've kind of now decided to go off on my own.
Did you just say you were on the X Factor?
Oh, sorry. We've gigged with people who have like been on X Factor.
Oh, gotcha. Miss
I've
part of that.
been-
Gotcha.
I've been offered an X Factor audition, but I turned it down.
Really? Why?
I've had friends who have been on the show and got to like quite far in, and they've just said that it's not a positive experience and it's not what it's cracked up to be.
Okay.
So it's put me off a little bit. I'd rather be authentic.
I can kind of see that. So yeah, I think getting on one of those reality shows about the singing, I think it's definitely not cracked up what it's all cracked up to be. I mean, here in the States, we had America. What was that stupid show that I didn't watch?
America's Got Talent.
American Idol.
Oh, American Idol.
American Idol. It was on forever, and like 2 people out of that whole thing
Have
actually
done
done anything.
Yeah.
Kelly
So
Clarkson, the only one I can name.
Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Oh, Hudson. She's. Yeah.
Those are the only 2 that's actually done anything.
Yeah, from that show. Everybody else was basically just like a flash in the pan.
Yeah, everybody got their little record contract and then went away.
Yeah. Now, where would you say, or where would you like to be in, say, a year?
In a year, I think I'd quite like to have released an EP or like something independently, and done a few more gigs. And I want to start submitting my work to record labels and things, and maybe in 2-3 years have myself signed potentially. That would be the goal.
Now, something you may or may not have known, but we are actually affiliated with 3 record labels, and I would be more than happy to submit your music to all 3 of them.
Well, if you could, then that'd be incredible.
Yeah, we'll back you up on anything.
Because we're all about promoting the new stuff and the good
definitely.
stuff. And obviously, once you sent me the music, the Queen here, she's like, "Oh, that sounds really good," and so because it was last night, we actually had a fire out in the backyard. And she's like, "You know what? I haven't heard his stuff yet. Can you go get it?" And luckily you had sent me the link, so I downloaded it and I played it. And she's like, "Yeah, that sounds really good." And usually she listens to the music for our interviews earlier than this.
It's been a crazy week. I've been trying to get algebra done, and I hate algebra.
Because obviously, I notice, you're part of the fan page and you've been voting for King of the Hill, which is absolutely spectacular. And then it was like weeks later, I found out you actually have your own music. I'm like, well, hell, let's schedule an interview. So the fact that you're participating is the biggest quality that I absolutely love. And I admire. I mean, yeah, you're 18, but you're acting older than your years, and that's very awesome.
Thank you.
Now, how many songs do you have written or prepared to record, or have recorded? Do you have enough for an EP?
At the moment, I've written a few that I don't really like, but ones that I'm ready to record and that I'm comfortable with, and I really like about 3 or 4. And ideally, I'd like about 6 songs on the EP. So if I maybe write one more and then shove That Hurt the Most on there too, then that's enough.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Now, you say you've written a few that you're not fond of. Now, what do you do with those? Do you actually continue on with those, or do you just kind of scrap them? Or, what do you do with songs you've written, but you're not really sure that you like them?
Usually, every song I just kind of commit to and get to the end of, and if I don't like it, it either just sits there and I've played it to some of my friends, and they either go oh, I like it, but if I don't, I kind of offer it to other friends I have and just say if you want this, then how about it? Yeah, I've done that with 2 songs so far that my other friends are going to record and have as their own.
Okay, now this is probably a teeny bopper question, but okay, have you written a song because of a girl yet?
Well, That Hurt the Most was about a breakup and about the breakdown of my first relationship. So
Oh, really? So it's a personal thing, this first song?
Yeah, that kind of ended, and then I was like, I just need to do something to get over it, and I just kind of wrote a song, and by the end of that, I was kind of good to go.
Awesome. Okay. I mean, I know most music is written on some sort of personal experience, but for it to be, like 100% about this specific thing, it is definitely unique. Now, let me ask, would you say your own lyrics like bring you to tears at all?
Make you emotional, give you goosebumps.
I think writing them, I think for me sometimes, especially that hurt the most, is quite a personal writing experience. So I was quite upset when I wrote it, and getting the words out and getting them onto paper. I think might have shed a tear or two, but I'm not really a massive crier. But other than that, like if it's more of a fun song, then not really. And listening to it back, it doesn't like upset me, but it feels nice to have written a song that I'm quite proud of lyrically, and have people on Twitter message me and say that they can relate to it and things like that. That brings a tear more, like the appreciation of my music rather than listening to it.
No, definitely. There's two things I want to comment. First of all, when it comes to being very emotional, that is the Queen. She cries at most everything.
I do not.
Should I play an episode of...
Do you want to finish that sentence?
If I could remember the name of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Queen cries over most things. And that's not a bad thing. It's just something that I have never experienced in my lifetime. But the other thing...
Because you have no emotions.
Well, I'm an asshole.
Yes, you are. You're a jackass that I can love.
Yes.
That's his new nickname, jackass that I
can
love.
But the other thing is, I noticed, you said in honor of our interview for Hellcast tonight, I'm going to, for 48 hours, I'm going to allow everybody to download my single for free. And I could not believe the response on Twitter because of that. I was so blown away, and I was like, that is fucking awesome. And, I really hope that you can upset our current King of the Hill, because they seem to be a powerhouse right now. And, when we do an interview, the average is around 85% where they actually win and go on to the next week. And so obviously we're rooting for you.
I feel like I'm embarrassed if I don't win now.
No, don't be embarrassed.
Never be embarrassed. Never.
Because it really is awesome. I love the relationships that I have with everybody that we have interviewed. The 15 or so that I've done with the Queen, and the 40 or so I did before. So I've done a lot of interviews. I've had a lot of fun, and I rarely stick to the normal questions. So when you said, "Oh, well, I hear this question the most," I'm like, "Fuck, that's not what I wanted to do." Because I hate falling into that norm. I like to ask the oddball questions, like, "What's your favorite meal?"
Yeah, what is your favorite meal?
Okay,
mash and bangers? Is that what it is? Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash.
Do you guys have quiche in America?
Yes.
We do, but nobody eats it.
Yes.
So my favorite meal is it's a cheese and tomato quiche that my mum makes with cheesy mashed pie and like peas.
I like the sound of cheesy mashed pie.
That's awesome. Hey, all right, Michael, you got to answer this one truthfully. Answer this one truthfully. Do you still live with mommy?
No, I don't know. I've moved out to go to university, so I live about 5 hours away from home at the moment, which in the scale of the is quite big, because I'm at the bottom of the country and I'm right near the top right now.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're from the bottom of the country and you're at the top of the country.
Almost. I'm just before kind of Scotland in the UK. If you can get a map of the UK.
Okay. Well, see, I've pretty much lived in the bottom of the United States, so I understand what he's saying.
Sure.
I'm from the middle of the United States, but I've lived most of my life in the bottom of the United States.
All right, now this one's probably going to throw you off a little bit, but how serious are you with your woman?
Oh, why? I mean,
are you just casually dating? Are you just like, hey, let's get together and have a pint at the pub, or what?
Well, I'd say serious dating.
Excellent.
Oh, so you're like exclusively dating each other?
Yeah, exclusive.
Okay, that makes it kind of serious.
Like, unexclusively date. I don't get that.
No, that's good. That is, that shows commitment at a young age, and that's very admirable. Excuse me.
Oops, what the hell? My thing is being stupid.
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
So the chat room is blowing up. I'm not exactly sure if there's a lot of questions for you. If there are,
CJ says she may vote for him this week.
oh, excellent.
So CJ's in love with you, but she likes Englishmen. So
Yeah, she's all
kind
about
of
the
obsessed
English
with the Englishmen.
interviews that we have.
But I can't blame her. I'm obsessed with Englishmen and Australians, so
There
it's
is
all
that.
good.
So anybody with a foreign accent, these women, I got a lot of women on the show, and they seem to like the foreigners. So it's you definitely got that rolling for you tonight.
I don't know how to spell that word.
What, foreigners?
No.
Quiche?
Yes,
I don't think that's it.
that's close enough. Spelling is not a requirement on this show.
There is that. I will second that. Awesome. All right, so we're getting ready to play our King of the Hill. And we always play the interview first for the King of the Hill, which tonight is Michael King. And we encourage everybody to vote for him. If you happen to be listening and you want to vote for him, we're going to have 2 polls. We're going to have one on Twitter, at Hellcast Radio, and the other one will be on Facebook.
Wait,
Hellcast. Probably one of his listeners.
oh, that's excellent. We like this.
We're also going to have a poll on Facebook. It's Hellcast Radio Fans. Every time you get a vote on Facebook, it counts as 3 instead of 1. We're trying to level the playing field a little bit, so it's not so much the Twitter listeners, but obviously everybody who can vote in the show also. Michael, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on with us tonight. Thank you for powering through and not taking a nap.
No, it's fine. Having me.
And like I said, the fact that you've been participating in King of the Hill for the last several weeks has been absolutely spectacular. I give you a ton of respect for that, because I know that does not happen often. Actually, I don't know any of my other interviews that have ever done that. So I definitely give you mad props. And for you being so young, that's definitely a good sign. You're showing respect. You're showing maturity beyond your years, and I know I can speak for the wife here.
Mm-hmm.
We have nothing but high hopes for you.
We do. We're very. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's the drink, baby. It's the drink.
We want to encourage you. Definitely support you wherever we can.
All right, so let everybody know where they can find you.
So you can follow my Twitter, which is just Michael King with 2 I's, so like MIICHAEL King. Same with my Instagram, and my Facebook is just Michael King Music. It's all quite easy to find. Yeah.
All right. Now, I didn't realize you were on Instagram, and it was a bitch finding you on Twitter. I'm telling you.
There's a lot of
searched,
Michael Kings?
Yes, there is. I searched for like 20 minutes on Twitter before I finally messaged him. Like, dude, I can't find your Twitter. And he's like, 2 I's. And I'm like, fuck, okay. But definitely, it's been an honor and a pleasure, and we hope to be able to follow up with you at some point in the future.
Thank you very much.
So, everybody, once again, this is Michael King, and his song tonight will be our first song of the evening, and it is That Hurt the Most. Yes, it's an interesting song. I listened to it a couple times now. So,
Excellent.
Michael, thank you very much, and you can either tune in or go to sleep, pass the fuck out.
Whatever you need to do, we will support that.
Exactly. But it's been an honor and a pleasure, sir, and we hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much. You too. Bye.
All right, bye.